Hybrids are the most commonly encountered hostiles in active combat zones. Based on the engagement data and recovered intel, these creatures are former human hosts, transferred through what appear to be large-scale conversion facilities. They stand taller than the average human by several inches and display enhanced agility and brute strength. Visually, they can be identified by their pale, almost gray skin, 6 glowing eyes, and an oversized jaw structure with large exposed teeth. Their behavior suggests a heightened metabolic rate. They move fast, hit hard, and don't seem to tire. These are frontline units built for endurance and shock value. The engagement protocols recommend high-caliber rounds and suppression tactics. Avoid close quarters when possible. Hybrids are not just brutal, they're intelligent and relentless. Field observations confirm these enemies quickly adapt to enemy tactics. Hybrids effectively mimicking and countering British Army maneuvers, suggesting rapid battlefield learning and coordination. What makes them especially dangerous is their overwhelming presence. They rarely operate alone for long. Once they group up, they become exponentially more lethal. Individually, they can be taken down with controlled fire, but in numbers, they seem to overrun defensive lines. Engagement with grouped hybrids should be avoided unless supported by heavy ordnance or fortified positions. Hybrids retain a standard humanoid structure: head, torso, 2 legs, arms, but that's where the similarities end. Average height is about 187 centimeters with a weight of approximately 87 kilograms. They're lean, fast, and built for combat endurance. Visually, the most distinct feature is their 6 eyes. 2 are forward-facing for depth perception, while the remaining 4 are spread along the sides of the skull, likely to enhance their peripherals. Their jaws are significantly widened, fitted with 18 sharp teeth, none suited for grinding, all optimized for tearing. Internally, their biology is extensively re-engineered. The frontal lobes of the brain are fused and reduced, suggesting limited higher reasoning but heightened aggression. Medulla and brainstem are drastically enlarged, extending partially down the spine. This likely enables continued function even after sustained serious trauma. Their liver is completely replaced with a multi-lobed organ resembling a long curved mass. Exact function unknown, but likely tied to metabolic regulation. Body fat is nearly absent, consistent with a hyperactive metabolism. Notably, hybrids possess a second heart, allowing for sustained high pulse rates and rapid oxygen distribution during combat. Conclusion: these creatures are engineered for durability, aggression, and battlefield adaptability. Standard small-arm fire is often insignificant unless aimed at vital clusters. Recommended targeting the spinal base or employing high-impact ordnance for efficient neutralization. Hybrids form the core infantry unit of the Chimeran army, comprising the majority of the enemy ground forces. Standard armament includes the bullseye energy rifle and headshot grenades, making them more effective in both direct fire and aerial denial scenarios. Leadership in the field is occasionally provided by steelheads, who act as squad-level commanders. Though classified as lower-ranking infantry, hybrids exhibit considerable durability, most requiring multiple headshots from standard-issue firearms to neutralize. They use this resilience to press forward aggressively, often advancing under direct fire while hip-firing their weapons. This tactic is designed to suppress and close the gap quickly. At close range, hybrids are capable of powerful melee attacks, posing significant threat to isolated personnel. Notably, they exhibit execution behavior when eliminating combatants, suggesting a degree of pre-programmed aggression. Expect sustained pressure during encounters, particularly in open terrain. Hybrids do not seek cover frequently and instead favor aggressive direct assault tactics. Maintain distance when possible and prioritize headshots or high damage ordnance to reduce threats efficiently. Intelligence suggests as hybrids age, their psychology undergoes notable degradation. Their bodies become increasingly elongated and skeletal, and their integrated cooling systems begin to fail. This deterioration results in a distinct subspecies referred to as greyjacks. These age forms appear exclusively in this operation theater and are not documented in any previous encounters. Despite their physical decline, current generation hybrids encountered in this zone demonstrate increased resilience compared to earlier conflicts. This heightened durability may be attributed not to evolutionary improvements, but to the relative abundance of munitions and advanced weaponry available to human forces, forcing the enemy to adapt with tougher infantry units. Greyjacks represent a secondary threat tier, typically slower but unpredictable. Standard hybrids, however, remain primary threats due to their aggression, durability, and direct combat tactics. Operators are advised to account for elevated resistance and adjust loadouts accordingly. Type 1 hybrids represent the most frequently encountered hybrid. They possess minimal armor and lack any form of cranial protection, making headshots more valuable. Their bodies are equipped with 4 rectangular cooling towers protruding from their backs, used to regulate their high metabolic rate. These units function as frontline shock troops and often rely on numbers to overwhelm defenses. Type 2 hybrids are encountered less often than Type 1s, but still appear with regularity across active combat zones. They exhibit a more slender physique. Initial assessments suggested possible conversion from female human hosts, though this has been refuted by most recent intel. Usually they are distinguished by dark molted skin, 4 conical cooling stacks, and a forward-mounted sensory apparatus on their face. Sensors likely provide enhanced targeting acquisition. The rarest of all field-classified hybrids, Type 3 units are equipped with reinforced armor on their limbs and torso. Their cooling towers are cylindrical in shape, and the added armor suggests a role in defending high-value assets or installations. Type 3 hybrids are exclusively observed in operations connected to British campaign and are presumed to be part of elite defense corps. Engagements with this type are infrequent but high risk. Combat advisory. Operators are advised to assess cooling unit shapes and armor density for rapid identification. Type 3 should be considered priority targets due to their enhanced durability and strategic placement. Advanced hybrids represent a significant escalation in Chimera infantry design. Standing approximately 7 feet tall, these units function as elite commandos and have been observed taking commander roles, even over steelhead units. Their presence on the battlefield typically signals a high-priority objective or strategic location. Outfitted with reinforced armor plating and full facial shielding, advanced hybrids are equipped with Bullseye Mark II, a more powerful and precise iteration of the standard Chimera rifle. Every aspect of their psychology has been enhanced for superior combat performance. Strength, speed, reflexes, and resilience far exceed those of a standard hybrid. Due to their intense metabolic rate, they are outfitted with an advanced cooling system to prevent thermal overload during prolonged engagements. These units are highly coordinated and exponentially more dangerous in squad formations. Engage with caution. Standard issue weaponry is often insignificant without coordinated fire. Priority targets in group counters. Eliminate from range where possible and avoid blinking without support. Hybrids wield the bullseye, but their use of it is limited. They are incapable of utilizing its advanced targeting functions, resulting in a relatively inaccurate fire. Coupled with the slow projectile speed and lack of predictive targeting, example, they do not lead their shots, hybrids are less effective against fast-moving targets. Recommendation: maintain constant movement. Strafing is particularly effective. The M5A2 Folsom carbine is most effective at medium to long range. Reliable, fast firing, and abundant in ammunition. Bullseye, best suited for close range engagements due to high rate of fire and availability. The L23 Far-Eye, one-shot headshot kill capability. However, its limited ammunition reserves make it more appropriate for high-value targets such as steelheads. The Rosemore 236 shotgun. Highly effective at close range, excellent choice for quickly dispatching isolated hybrids in tight spaces. Regardless of the weapon choice, headshots are strongly recommended. Target the tubes connected to the hybrid's external cooling units to their bodies. Severing these can destabilize their thermal regulation, disrupting combat effectiveness and accelerating kill times. Ability is your defense. Precision, your offense. Keep moving, aim for the head, and make efficient use of your weapon loadout. Chimera hybrids represent a foundational element of the enemy's military structure. Adaptable, relentless, and engineered for total war. For the standard frontline Type 1 units to the heavily armored advanced hybrids and the rare battlefield anomalies like the Greatjacks, each variant serves a specific tactical role within the broader command war machine. Despite differences in armor and cooling systems and combat capabilities, all hybrids share a common design philosophy: overwhelming force through numbers, durability, and aggressiveness. While their individual's intelligence is limited, their capacity to learn from enemy tactics and function within coordinated assaults makes them a persistent threat. Fortunately, consistent weaknesses such as exposed cooling systems, predictable weapon use, and vulnerability to headshots provide opportunities for efficient countermeasures. Success against hybrid forces depends on mobility, target prioritization, and judicial use of firepower. Whether facing the unarmored rush of Type 1s, the sensor-enhanced precision of Type 2s, or the commanding presence of advanced hybrids, operatives must remain adaptable, alert, and precise. The war against the Chimera is far from over, but with discipline and intel-driven tactics, the most common foot soldiers can be turned into manageable threats.